Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Ken Jones and Tim Bandit here to bring you XLRN's rewind of last season's Indianapolis 200. We'll be shortly posting the current season's edition of the Indy 200, but right now we got this here to wet your whistle. In the meantime, this here's a pretty exciting race. You see Stop Hating Guest starting on the pole in that 32 car. These guys is 3 wide behind. That's a car you're probably going to see a lot more of once we start posting videos of NASCAR 14 and 15. Strong performance here for this guest, trying to get some racing experience to prepare them for the full season in NASCAR 14 career mode. It is pretty impressive up front here, but speaking of impressive here, we had an impressive mess going on in the back here. This is a big wreck here we're looking at right now. Multiple cars piling into this devastating crash on the opening lap on the back straightaway. Yeah, this one here took out a lot of competitors. There you see Chazzy getting through there. Looks like that's Buddha in Speedo back there. He all knotted up and smoking. Here's somebody stopped. I'm not sure who that is. Here's another onboard view of what happened. See the frantic scramble going on in the back straightaway. Yeah, man, now look at this here. This is something like Days of Thunder right here. Because there you see them all starting to wreck right here. And look at this car here. Just bobbing and weaving. That was a close call right there. Here comes another close call, squeaking through, just barely brushing the wall, but getting through there, I'd say pretty much unscathed. Meanwhile, it's back up front. The battle for lead was fast and furious. 32 has it, but CAGKillerz was very determined to take it away from Stop Hating Guest. Yeah, this guy's battling down the back straightaway here. There you see Killerz looking to the inside, and he's going to take over that position, move himself into the top spot. I believe that's Ghost Dragon. If I'm pronouncing the name wrong, we will correct this later in the description section of this video. He had a very strong run, battling up front all day, but Killer's lead was not to be long, as Stop Hating Guest managed to get back up there and challenge for the lead again. Yeah, this here is right in the opening laps here. We saw a dandy of a race here, pretty much a lead change every lap. You got these guys side by side here. There you see some of those cars that had some problems in that opening wreck there, down low, smoking, going into the pits. And here we got another lead change here. Killer trying to battle back to the outside, now going back into the inside, tucking into the draft of the 32. There's somebody up there smoking pretty heavy there. Like I said, there's a lot of cars out here limping around, so we saw a lot of vehicles getting piled up in that wreck there. That happened at the beginning. I believe 8 cars at least was in that mess. So that certainly took out a lot of good cars. And here you see them battling 3 wide here for the lead. And there goes Killerz taking back that top spot. CAGKillerz moving back into the lead. As we said, in the early stages of this race, there was a lead change every single lap. Lots of lead changes in the early stages of this one. Yeah, this was a real competitive race in spite of the big mess we saw. The guys that was able to avoid it was actually able to really put on quite a show here, at least in the early stages here. There you see, back there, coming into the picture there, that there's Forensic 2. He's one of those cars that got through that big wreck. Now he's starting to set his sights here, all in the lead, and indeed he will try to take over the lead, and does indeed take over that lead down the backstretch. Forensic, the 3rd different leader of this race. Killer trying to make something happen here. The draft is a factor here, but it looks like that leader just didn't set sail on him. He done dropped the hammer. That was the 4th different lead change of the race among 3 drivers. But once Forensic got out front, he started to set sail from the rest of the pack. Yeah, this 08 here, Gorilla's going wild here. We talked about those cats here. Fred went on a tear earlier in the season here. Got 3 wins in a row. Now Forensic's trying to make it 4 wins in a row here for Gorillas Gone Wild. In cruise control here in that Dale Jarrett inspired paint scheme. Coming up on some lap traffic there. It's the 48 of Chazzy. One of the many cars involved in that multi-car crash on the opening lap in the back straightaway. Also, we didn't have a lot of racing up for the lead here once Forensic got to the top spot. That's pretty much the end of the racing for the lead, but we did see some great racing going on in the back of the pack here. Still looking here at Forensic. It looks like right now we're going to the battle for second here. We talked about the great racing that was going on behind him. I mean, these guys here still was swapping back and forth here for positions. There's CAGKillerz. Stop Hating Guest. And then there's Ghost Dragon down there. This is a 3-car battle, and they come up on some lap traffic here. And Killer goes up into the wall. Looks like he goes 3 wide down the back straightaway. And he's going to drop back to 4th as both Ghost Dragon 23 and Stop Hating Guest overtake him. There he is battling with a lap car. Well, something happened right there. You see that lap car there just all of a sudden started smoking there. They must have over-ribbed it or something. It didn't look like they made any contact with anybody. Looks like the smoke dissipated though. So I'm not sure what was going on there, and I'm not sure what's going on with this here. Look at this guy here floating up in the air. A lot of unexplained events in this one here. After we got past the multi-car crash in the early stage of the race, this car here certainly seeming not to have the best traction. This guy here is just kind of like floating along here. Running the 8th spot though. See him overtaking the number 48, who is several laps down after being involved in that multi-car crash. He's suffering extensive damage. Meanwhile, up front here, as we said, once Forensic got to the lead, there was not too much of a challenge. Although Ghost Dragon 23 tried to make something happen in the closing stages. I mean, he threw everything he had at him here on this last lap. But there you see, it just ain't quite enough here. It was not really able to really make too much of a race of it, because Forensic was pretty much in cruise control once he got to the front here from the start. As we said, Gorillas Gone Wild had won the first 3 events of last season's championship. Forensic also driving for Gorillas Gone Wild, looking to make it 4 wins in a row for Gorillas Gone Wild. And as he came off of turn 4, he was able to do that with very little resistance. And he would come around and bring home the victory in last season's Indy 200. If you enjoy these videos, click the subscribe button, because we're going to have more of these up, because we have a vast majority of races that we can dip back into the vault and bring you brief summaries. For XLRN, this has been Tim Bannett and Ken Jones signing off. Click